Hello guys, welcome back to the next video. Today we will finish the fungus and to unlock the Nuvox worm for the next video. So now we will play with new genetics, which will be the rural file, give you plague bonus in rural environments. So land people like a farm or anything will be more likely to infect with the virus. And we will call it not PAX 25, but why not where minus 25/26. So last time we started in, I think, somewhere around Asia, but why don't we start in the US this time? We never started in the US before, so we can now see how good the US is to involve a fungus and how good the health system in the USA really is to stop spreading of a new disease, a new fungus. I think America could be interesting because it's got a wet and warm climate, but also a really dry one, technically, if the game is really that into the detail, but we will see soon. But first of all, we will kind of spread in America first before we spread anywhere else. It's just to get everything done. Nice, some DNA points to get more infective, to kill some people. And we saw last time that we can't really rely on boats and airplanes, since the fungi spores don't survive that long distance. So we have to kind of get an explosion of the spores that travel through the air to other countries or continents, which seem to be completely random, since last time we had a country down here and suddenly we got like someone down in Brazil, I think, if I remember correctly. It was a long time since I last played. We already got a symptom. We don't like the symptoms, we don't want the symptoms, but we should spread into 2 new countries. Oh, Iceland and Mexico. Iceland is a big thing. And instantly 10 people. That's it. That's good. Instantly 10 people infected. And in Central America 30. So the virus, not the virus, the fungi clearly needs a little bit longer. But when he gets a foothold in the country, he is like completely spreading everywhere. Since, you know, a fungi grows, another fungi grows, and then the spores cover a huge area. Another fungi can grow in a new body, that one dies. New spores can get released, and so on and so on. So it basically spreads itself really fast and really nicely. Probably. Maybe we should spread one more time. Asia, Pakistan, to be exact. So technically we could infect every continent now, except for Australia, since it's an island and the fungi doesn't live that long. Maybe when we come from New Guinea or Indonesia, maybe then we could get down there. But even then we would have to go to Indonesia first, and that's really unlikely to happen. So we will see. Well, it's a little bit slow, but I expected that since we played the normal mode. It should go slower. But we reached our million And we reached Mexico as well, and we got symptoms again. We will disinvolve those and soon max out everything. Look at this. Central America immediately just got the foothold and immediately got everyone infected. Also Colombia got it now. I think the USA takes so long because they have a lot of medicines to stop us subconsciously, like drug. So we had to get some drug resistance probably, so we get more infectivity or more infectivity rates in the well-developed countries. Like we had Pakistan already completely infected, and I don't want to be sounded bad, but Pakistan obviously doesn't have the same medicines and medical infrastructure like America. And look, Central Asia is completely overrun in seconds, but USA is like struggling to even get that spreading. So it's definitely has something to do with the medicine they can get. Well, the world doesn't know we exist. They don't know about the fungi. It's hidden behind in their bodies, growing, developing. But look at China. The people are getting the fungi. It's the funny or the logical thing is like the fungi is a really small thing. It just spreads in the body, and since it doesn't do any harm, the doctors don't see any problems. They might know there is something they can't understand, but it's not killing anybody, it's not giving anybody pain. So they are just like, it's there, nothing bad. And that's like basically everything, how everything works. If something exists, it's there, but if it doesn't do anything bad, you can just ignore the thing. Yeah. Now America slowly look, we did our drug resistance and immediately we spread way faster. That's interesting and really good for us now. And we spread even more and we got rash symptoms. I think I have a bias for rash or something, because every time I play a disease it always goes to the rash. I don't know why, but it happens every time. Alright, half of the world's population is infected, but we have huge parts of Africa still unaffected, huge parts of Europe, and obviously Greenland, New Zealand and the Caribbeans, which shouldn't be a big problem. But look at that transition, how Russia slowly turns red. Slowly but surely. And New Zealand has been reached by an airplane from Saudi Arabia. That's interesting. It's a pretty long distance in my opinion. So that the fungi survived that long is interesting for me. But now we spread in Europe. Ukraine is getting infected now. The Scandinavians too. Egypt is as well completely infected, but the Middle East holds on pretty good. A little bit too good, so we will make it a little bit easier for us. And go into Europe. And we got insomnia, so that would be something bad for the people, because you need a lot of sleep, and if you don't sleep enough, the doctors would suspect something's wrong. And then they find the fungi and like, wait a minute, why is that there? And probably this new and not known thing is probably the reason for having insomnia, so we don't want that and remove it. But we now spread relatively fast. Maybe get a little bit cold resistant and spread one more time. So we should now get further. Do we have the Caribbeans? No, Caribbeans and Greenland are... Oh, no, Greenland is also not infected, which is really bad for us right now. New Guinea is also not infected. Dang it. Why are they so resistant? I don't like that. But we should probably be able to infect them soon. We just have to be lucky that there's a ship coming from Norway with someone infected, but as you can see, not a lot of people in Norway are infected. In fact, only 8% are infected. It also is cold, wet, a huge city, and rich as well. Probably from the oil. Central Africa, for example, is more warm, has a lot of leaves, and is broke. Since it's Africa, I think. Africa is poor, sadly. They have a lot of potential, though. If the governments wouldn't be so corrupt, maybe they would get developed. Anyway, how was your week so far? I hope everyone was great at life. Write some comments down below. Maybe ask me some questions that I could answer in a separate video, maybe. If you have any, that is. Maybe you have some games that you want me to play. I currently have a lot of games in my database that I could play anytime. If you just suggest me some. So we get Caribbeans and Greenland with the special ability. Please also like and subscribe, don't forget it, it's completely free. It helps me a lot. You will also get my videos more recommended, so you can watch my videos if you like them, of course. And write in the comments as well what kind of things I could make better, what things could be changed, what things could be improved, what things do you like. The whole package. Yeah. But I don't like how long it takes for Greenland right now to spread. There are not many people living in that country. As well as Angola, but Angola is now getting infected. How can the Caribbeans and Greenland got infected at the same time, and the Caribbeans are completely infected already, and Greenland isn't? I want to see. Greenland is just cold. The only thing that helps Greenland so much is that it's extremely cold. Insomnia again. We don't want to see people sleep. If they sleep, the doctors will know that we are there, and we don't like that. Come on, Greenland. Get sick. Look, was it a bug? Was that a bug right now that the small dots didn't appear? Damn, that looked really interesting. I think Greenland is the last country to infect, and then we could already start killing, since it will spread faster. I also find it interesting how we get more infective if we have like pneumonia or like coughing or sneezing or fever. Why do you get more infected if you have a fever? Like you are just getting warm. That's it. But a fever can kill you, interesting. Imagine dying because you have a fever. We will see. So, they found a new disease, and the first death was in Germany. Also, every single person is infected, so they will die, no matter what. Or they are fast enough to get my DNA structure deciphered, but I suppose they won't. Sorry, didn't want to sneeze at your face there. We make it a little bit harder for them. What I think is funny, you can also see what parts of the body we are attacking down here. Like you see, we currently attack the organs, and that's why the people die. Damn, they are fast. But I think it should slow down now. How? Yeah, it slows down, but still it is relatively fast. So look how much evolved our little fungi got. At the beginning it was a small blob, but now it's like a really big guy. A big boy. We can be proud of it. It did its job to kill the humanity. So that should be it. And now we will have the Newark worm afterwards, which we will see in the next video of the series. So that's been it. I hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe. Write some comments, ask questions, suggest new diseases, new names for the disease. And have a wonderful day and rest of the weekend. Goodbye.